People forget, man. Guru used to be a normal, insane human being. Yeah, kind of. I kept it together a bit better. But the thing about social interaction is, chat, it keeps your mental in check. Like, you can't be insane in front of people. So sometimes some social interaction can be good. But since I haven't had any, I think I've got worse. Lamau, also the UFC desperately needs to make Jones versus Aspinall and Ilya versus Islam. We need a generational card. We do, but I don't think it will be on the same card, man. It's just bad business to do that because you can only promote so many fights a card with enough to like warrant how much they should be promoted, you know? Did you see Shorb said you were right on his pod? I saw the very start of it, but then I started the stream, but I'll check it out afterwards because I saw there was more that he talked about. So I'll just watch it after the stream. I already see it. If Islam loses, he sucks and overrated. If he wins, he's way bigger, yeah. He's way bigger, and Ilya's just another featherweight, so scripted. Yeah, I know. I don't like those narratives, but I don't think it won't be Makhachev's not as good as we thought. It'll just be Ilya's the go. I don't think people would immediately say Makhachev's not as good as we thought. Well, they might do that, but they won't say he's trash. I don't think. You can't say that, you know? Thoughts on Finley versus Valentin? Torres Finney versus Roberto Valentin or Robert Valentin. I'm going to go Finney. What if Islam vacates the belt to fight JDM? Would you rather see Charles versus Topuria or Topuria versus the winner of Gaethje Hooker for the undisputed lightweight title? No. Shut up. Well, you did dumb answers. I haven't fight Poirier. You need to fight the winner of Gaethje Hooker for undisputed lightweight. No. Enough talk out of you. Charles Topuria would be the case if Makhachev were to vacate and fight JDM. Oliveira just sits there while Topuria fights Gaethje for an undisputed belt. What? Come on. Did you see Weasel's tweet? Bilal? Oh, wait. But thank you for the 5, though. I appreciate that, Cardio. Gene Silva is one of the funniest fighters on the roster. True. Crazy mixed style. Thoughts on this weekend? Dude, Portuguese people keep no. The Volk hate came from Max fans. It did, yeah. Otherwise, it was kind of ignored because of the boring fight style. One of the main reasons Max fans are insufferable. Holloway fans were very insufferable. I'm glad Topuria slept. No offense. I love Holloway, but the fans were getting intolerable. But if Volk wins, that means he fights Movzar in his next fight, and stylistically, that's a free title defense. True, I could see him easily beating Movzar as well. Easily beating Movzar. So that would be huge for Volk. He would go on featherweight GOAT run straight away. Mitchell has a grappling match against, but that was a 5-rounder though, so it is a bit different, but yeah. Makhachev will go down as lightweight GOAT without ever having to defend against a real lightweight. And crazy, I know. Even Moicano's a former featherweight, right? It's kind of crazy. That's really, so is Poirier. Damn, Makhachev. God damn. Holy. Even Dan Hooker, I think, fought at featherweight very early on. Am I mistaken in chat in saying that Dan Hooker fought at featherweight in his UFC debut in his original run? I know it's not his fault at all, but when you think about it, it is true. It is a fact that he has fought him. I swear Dan Hooker started as a featherweight. No, not the Brendan, not the Arnold Allen thing. Yeah, he got destroyed by Allen. No, he fought, originally he was a featherweight. Yes, he was. Yeah, he was, yeah. Yeah, he fought Yair. Makhachev I've already read it. Would the featherweight division be better off with Lopez winning because he's got more longevity and can build his hype and fight variety? Yes. It actually will be better without Volk. And you know what, chat? You lot took your fucking sweet old time becoming Volk fans. I swear to God, 99% of the MMA fan base hated Volk until the Holloway trilogy and the Makhachev. Forget the Holloway trilogy. People genuinely hated Volk until the first Makhachev fight. And now everyone just so desperately wants him as champ. I'd rather Lopez. And I'm not because I'm keeping the same energy with hating Volk. I loved Volk before anyone else did. I had him beaten Holloway the second time. You know, I mean, I watched the fight happen. I watched him win 3 rounds. And I had a whole thing about defending him. But, you know, I feel like Lopez would be a better champ. Lopez, yes or no, chat? If Lopez beats Volk in April, he's fighting Evloev in a title defense in August. 4 months later, probably. And if he wins that one, he'll be looking for a matchup in December. That's why I want Lopez as champ, because we're going to get like a fucking like a revolving door system of the championship belt. If he stays on top, he stays on top. But if he does beat Volkanovski, he'll fight again very quickly. You could say Volkanovski would make the quick turnaround as well, maybe, but Lopez would do it more consistently over time. Because here's the thing, chat. Volk, if he beats Lopez, what's his first thing going to be? What's his first thing that he's going to say he wants to do? You know, obviously, I've got unfinished business at 155, and, you know, so I'm looking to sort of, you know, get that matchup done, you know? So I was keeping my eye out on the title fight at 155, and, you know, maybe I'll move up and give it another shot. I don't think he's going to be like, all right, back to the fences. I think he's going to sit there and think, oh, Evloev one more, and I'll see if I can get a lightweight fight at some point. You know what I mean? I can see him trying to look back at lightweight. Thank you for the £2. If Volk wins the belt back, is he a paper champ? Yes. Unfortunately, yes. Until he gets through Evloev. There's big fights for Volk at featherweight still. You know what? Volk is just back on track for featherweight GOAT status, even without Ilya's involvement in the division. Yes or no, chat? What Ilya has done is he's made it so that there can still be a GOAT other than him at featherweight. You know? McGregor did the same thing, but at least Ilya defended first. But Ilya has now left the window open that, okay, someone else can be the featherweight GOAT. If Volk wins against Lopez, he's back to being featherweight GOAT. You know? Because, again, it will come down to, well, Volk fought him 7 weeks after getting knocked out by Makhachev, you know? If Volk wins I've already read it. You've inspired me to believe I also can start my MMA channel. Nice. Do you think the market is oversaturated? Down in Muay Thai. How do you feel that there'll be no more double champs? How do I feel that there will be no more double champs? There will be. Oh, no. Yeah. Here's the thing. Hey, I know I've got Topuria Makhachev question mark in the title of the stream. Chat, yes or no, he's not fighting Makhachev, or they wouldn't have fucking stripped him of the featherweight belt. Simple as that. It's actually simple as that. I just saw Makhachev's manager come out and say that he wants Ilya to fight Oliveira or Poirier instead. Dude, they don't take his featherweight belt off him if he's fighting for the lightweight belt next. They're not missing the opportunity to do a super fight. They could just make the interim title fight between Volk and Lopez, and it'd make no difference. The fact that they took the belt and he vacated and then they made it for undisputed at featherweight, it doesn't matter vacated or not. They wouldn't have let him vacate if he was going to be fighting Makhachev next. They wouldn't have let him vacate because they would have had both belts up on stage. They don't want this. So they're definitely going to have him fight a contender first. I don't care what Javier Mendez said. He's just some fat guy that sits there and chuckles along at people that are like talented before they even get to him. I don't care what you said. It doesn't change anything. They would keep the belt around Topuria if it was going to be Topuria Makhachev next. They wouldn't have him vacate the belt. Thank you for the $5. I'm 36 injured with surge of dollars. Do you think Volk and Max both coming back down from lightweight affected their chins? And do you think that Ilya KOs Islam? I can't see it, to be honest. Yeah, maybe it did affect their chins because they came back down from lightweight to fight him at featherweight. True. I have a problem with it, man. I said it at the start of the stream. I have a problem with Ilya waltzing up to the top and then dipping out of featherweight. Holloway back down from lightweight. This is what it is. He beat a good version of Holloway. I don't mind it. But then Volk, 2 months after the KO loss to Makhachev. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's just set in stone that we never get to run it back. Even though I didn't want to see it ran back immediately, I wanted it eventually. And now we might not get it. Sad. UFC 313, worth attending and getting floor seats. Nothing's worth going to in person, in my opinion. So I'm not the right person to ask. P.S. You see Sandhagen. Topuria move up is genius, not only because it's opportunities at 55, but also it'd make the Volk rematch 10 times bigger in case Volk wins and Ilya loses. True. Champ Lopez versus Ilya is goated too. Yeah, a lot of people don't consider that when it comes to Ilya moving up, is if he loses, yes or no, chat, he'll waltz right back into a title fight at featherweight. You know? So this is actually kind of good for him in a way. Even though like keeping the belt's good as well. The fact that he vacated it on his terms and let the division move on. If he loses at 155, he's just going to waltz right back in against the winner of Volkanovski Topuria. You know, they're not going to make him fight a contender there first. Thank you for the 8 months of membership. A dream fight of mine somehow would be Ilya versus Jan. By the way, the guy who asked Sand, I got fucking knocked offline internet-wise as well. So I don't know what's going on. I like Dagestani fighters, but was called a Dagestani hater because I said Movsar lost to Allen and Lopez. I don't think he lost to Lopez. I don't mind the Allen fight going to Arnold Allen, but I think he did beat Diego Lopez. A lot of people underrating the amount of ground and pound he was doing in that fight. Is this why people hate Dagestanis and their fans? No, that's not the reason if you thought that Lopez should have beat Evloev. No, they're just retarded and inbred and quick to violence and don't have any good fighters of their own because they have no good genes and they just fucking coattail ride someone who believes the same thing as them that's from fucking damn near Europe. Piggy, you see Soldic get a nasty KO today? Oh, yeah, let me look up the Roberto Soldic KO. The Makhachev head kick KO'd him. Just my opinion. I haven't even checked the MMA news because I've been doing my predictions all day. I hate predictions. They just waste a whole day. Holy shit! Sandhagen versus Figueiredo has been announced. No O'Malley? Oh, so these guys don't want O'Malley versus Yan then. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Sandhagen versus Figueiredo has been announced. And Saint-Denis versus Joel Alvarez has been announced as well. Wow. Wicked fights. Wicked. The jungle is massive. 45 to 70%. Shout out to my girlfriend Emma. Shout out to Emma. Early Sandhagen versus Figueiredo prediction. I'm going to go with Sandhagen over Figueiredo, but it is a risky fight for him. It's a very risky fight for him, but I'm going to go with Sandhagen over Figueiredo for sure. You'll forgive Ilya if he sleeps his lamb? I will. I've already forgiven him, don't get me wrong. But if he does that, I'll now rejoice and celebrate him, as the God that he is for destroying them for us. Topuria versus Poirier. Who you got and how?